Peace. So, it's the year of awareness. Self-awareness. And I think we really gotta look deep into what that is. You gotta be aware of who you are. So let's take away the divine aspect of everything and think about who you're being on an everyday level. Who you're being socially, who you're being to your family, who you're being on a personal level. Things like that. If it's not aligning, then you're not living in your correct life, I guess. You're not living correctly based upon who you are on the inside. And if you're not doing that, there's no way that you can be working towards the greater aspects of who you are. Long time ago, right? We didn't have like the Facebook and like MySpace and all of that shit. You feel what I'm saying? So niggas wasn't popular. Bitches weren't popular, none of that shit. While that shit mattered to people, it wasn't accessible like that. You feel what I'm saying? Motherfuckers just couldn't just get 20, 30 likes, 1,000 likes on a picture and shit and be somebody. You couldn't just post up pictures and shit and be somebody. Now that you can, it's easier for you to learn some shit and just say something. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody have a perception about you. But what does that truly mean if it's not helping you? I do the work every day and I deal with everyday issues. You get what I'm saying? So, if a motherfucker not doing the work, you gotta just think about what kind of issues that they dealing with. Like for real, when ain't nobody looking. You know what I'm saying? When all the cameras and all the makeup is washed away. This the type of shit that we gotta think about now, because our generation, I'm not speaking for, I don't give a fuck about nobody else. You feel what I'm saying? Our generation, right, is not giving it the chance to live. This whole thing is about dying and not coming back, right? This generation, how the fuck are we to know how to fucking conduct this motherfucking this journey? How can we do this if it's a constant flux of bullshit? Now I said the bullshit has to increase in order for it to stop. It has to be an increase of all of the fuckery, whether it's violence, whether it's motherfucking infidelity, crime, like bank crime, anything, you know what I'm saying? All of that shit. It has to be an influx of all of that shit for it to cease. But when and where does a motherfucker get the chance to gain knowledge of self? I'm not speaking for the ones that won't take heed or the ones that's already too far gone. I'm talking about the drastic measures that they're going for the chosen. We past speaking on motherfuckers, the masses, the motherfuckers that don't matter. We done. We talking about us and the generation of us, the ones that's conscious. Ain't nobody looking into that. Everybody just going with the flow of life. I just watched this movie last night. Was it last night? It was earlier. Watched this movie earlier. It was Don't Look Up. And I really wasn't watching the movie to decode it. I'm just watching it, and the movie really based on, it's a comet coming to Earth. The comet was bigger than the ones that wiped out the dinosaurs, quote unquote. So it's supposed to wipe out the entire planet. Now, It's Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence. They scientists and astronomer. So they studying the stars and all of that shit. They bring it to the president. They bring it to NASA. They bring it to a few other motherfuckers. And these, you know how the government do. They know I don't say nothing, yada yada bang. And they go on national TV. And it was Tyler Perry and some other bitch. They on this little talk show, and they just basically clowning around, joking and shit. And then they said this, and they probably said it a few times, but I know they said it more than once. They was saying you got to get like some media training. You feel what I'm saying? So, what the fuck you mean by some media training? Like, the shit was serious. They was basically telling them like, man, it's a comet that's 9 kilometers, and we got 6 months to live. And everybody, they weren't really doing nothing. Next thing you know, a scandal comes out with the president. It was a female president, and basically sending like private parts or whatever. So then she doubled back on and wanted to basically save it. But all the time before that was happening, you feel what I'm saying? Leonardo DiCaprio, he all on social media worrying about what everybody's saying and all this. He just dive right deep. See, he's the person that's coming out telling like, hey, it's over with. It's finna be fucked up. And in the midst of trying to help everybody, you get what I'm saying? He get caught up in the bullshit. Got over 250 million motherfucking followers, and he worried about what everybody else talking about. Well, you could be coming up with a solution. This is why you need to worry about yourself. Focus on yourself and worry about yourself. See, we all want to help. We all want to be important and be a part of the great fold. But when you don't know who you are and you get a piece of information, no matter what it is, you take it and you run with it. You feel what I'm saying? A person that knows who they are, they're going to sit there, analyze that shit, dissect it, decode it, and get the true understanding of what the fuck is being presented to them. A person that's not doing that, they just going to go make conversation. You know what I'm saying? And you'll find those people, the people that can't sit. And what I mean by that is like, when you're sitting down, it's quiet, your body starts to wonder. You don't want to sit there and face yourself. You feel what I'm saying? So, now we got generations of motherfuckers. Different generations. Just spread out. You feel what I'm saying? Don't know themselves. Don't know shit. You feel what I'm talking about? How the fuck are we to share this information if motherfuckers don't know nothing? We so worried about everything and everybody else. That's the basis of it right there, you feel what I'm saying? You got the social media. You post a picture up. You feel what I'm saying? And you go back and you checking it every 5 seconds to see if somebody said this, said that. I post a video up, right, on Facebook. And in the panic group, Pandemonium. One of my little spiritual videos. Now, this group, I don't be on Facebook trying to post no spiritual shit. I post all funny shit because I know what kind of place it is. So, just out of nowhere, I just post one of my little spiritual videos like this. I post it up, right? I'm knowing motherfuckers watching it because I'm seeing the views go up. Out of nowhere, one motherfucker laugh at it. It don't bother me though. I look at the views, you feel what I'm saying? The views didn't change. Meaning, he ain't even watched the video, he just laughed at it. So, it just gives me the perception that he probably would have thought that this was like a joke or something. That's the type of shit I'm saying. So, I said that to say this. It was another post that I posted on Facebook or whatever. That was like, it was like something funny or whatever. And then this dude, he get on this bitch and he get to talking like, man, you know, we should be basically posting knowledge and whatever and all that shit. And I commented back, I really don't be trying to do this. But I told his ass like, man, look, if you want knowledge, you don't come to Facebook to do that. You feel what I'm saying? You don't come to Facebook, social media, seeking information. You may find it, and if you do, more power to you, but you don't go seek it. You go buy you a motherfucking book, go watch you a lecture. You feel what I'm saying? Go practice you a technique or something. That's how you get this shit. See, those are two different type of people that I just explained. One motherfucker that was seeking knowledge, and one motherfucker that was seeking information. You don't seek that shit on social media, on the motherfucking internet. No. Person like that, right, that can't get a physical book. I wish I had one to grab. There's a few books right here. I don't want to grab it. But, fuck it. A motherfucker that don't want to grab a book. You get what I'm saying? You just want to just run straight to the internet and all that shit or whatever. It says a lot about a motherfucker. You feel me? These phones ain't finna be forever. They trying to hook you up to the internet right now. So, we know everything on this bitch ain't real. I just having a conversation the other day on, remember that? You was talking about how YouTube, right? YouTube ain't been around. But you can find everything on YouTube. How is that? How is they just out of nowhere find these old ass videos? Not to say that it's impossible, right? The thing is, who the fuck was holding these old ass videos, right? For so fucking long. Hey, Jazz just text me. Text her until I said I'm doing the video. Until I said, oh, what's up? You feel me? Now look, right? Like, I'm not saying this shit is impossible. I'm saying, like, we don't know YouTube finna be what it is. We don't even know YouTube finna be YouTube, right? I'ma hold these videos down, like commercials and all of this shit or whatever. This shit was set up. You feel what I'm saying? This shit prophecy. Not to say like on some good shit or whatever. Like motherfuckers can write their own prophecy out anytime. I sit here and write some shit out and then the shit manifests, nigga, that's prophecy. You feel what I'm saying? But you don't want to go buy you a book because you don't want to invest in your mind. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to invest in your body, so you can't expect to get no change. Just make just look. Hey, you hear me? Just make whatever she said. They tell her how I broke up down here. Look though, you don't want to invest in your mind. Somebody gonna invest in that motherfucker for you. Check this out. I think what you spent 12 years in school, like what you call that, elementary and high school and all that shit. 12 years in that motherfucker. Studying what? Some shit you know. Some shit that you can learn in the house. Right? Now, in the smaller one. Now, you got motherfucking college. Now I know it has like different years and shit, but the shit still be set on how it be set. You can't learn anything outside of the specific curriculum that certain schools set in play for you. So if you wanted to go and learn something more that would probably debunk what they teaching you in school, you feel what I'm saying? They're not gonna allow this shit. You have to either break away from here or go somewhere else that will allow it, or just do your self-education, because that's the only true education right there. So I say all of this, right, because you have 12 years right here, and let's just say in another, fuck it, you can just say another 12 years, because you never know how long you're going to spend in college if you one of them motherfuckers that really want to do that shit. And I'm not against it. I'm just, look at the mind control. Now, You spend all that time doing the same thing that you could have learned at home, right? Yes, I do mean the same that you could learn at home. Anything that you go into college and learn, I mean, you can go and you can learn that shit at home. See, the thing is this. Your parents, right? They tell your parents, hey, you gotta get a job, you gotta do this, you gotta do this, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. While that's true, you don't have to go about it the way they say you have to go about it. You feel what I'm saying? See, they teach you about finances. They teach you about parents, about farming. They teach you about fucking etiquette. You get what I'm saying? They teach you how to be a person, how to love, how to do all this, all of that shit. School, right? Actual education is supposed to teach you how to expand your consciousness. That's the type of shit you're supposed to go to school to learn. And I'm not saying like, ooh, it's supposed to be all divine and this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about as soon as you get in that bitch, astrology, astronomy, you feel what I'm saying? Alchemy. Fuck it. What's that? What's that word? Trigonometry, algebra, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But they give you a bunch of shit. A bunch of shit, right? And they could really just give it to you right away. They give you a bunch of shit spread out that you're not gonna use. You feel what I'm saying? That you're not gonna use. The thing what I'm trying to get here is who you are as a person, right? Reflects on how you were raised in your household, the people that you were around. You get what I'm saying? So when you go to school and you don't know how to differentiate the shit. You feel what I'm saying? You go to school, you get to learn this, that, this, that, or whatever, but you still the same person. You still the same motherfucker that you was prior to going to this school. See, because you just going there for your career. That's who you think you are. So now you done created a whole shadow. And you done learned this programming, so can't nobody tell you otherwise because you got the programming down pat. You done been programmed. You feel what I'm saying? So now, when you go out into motherfucking society and all of that shit or whatever, right? You would know how to quote unquote act it, all of that shit, right? Now, why do I say quote unquote know how to act? Because everybody in society is doing the same thing. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody in society taught to do the same motherfucking shit. So, program. If everybody in society was programmed to do the same thing or whatever, you go to school, and you don't even have to go to college, because now the world is built like this. You know what I'm saying? The people that y'all say, as a control has control, they have the control over the narrative of reality. So, you gotta reprogram yourself to know what you want to know, to move how you want to move. When you move out your mom's house and you still buy the same milk because my mom bought this, it was good to me. That's programming. You feel what I'm saying? You buy the same type of food, the same type of tissue. That's programming. It's not a good or a bad thing, but is it you? I think I spoke about this before. We gotta really understand. So it has to be self-awareness this year. This year is literally based upon self-awareness. So this motherfucking Siri just popped up. I ain't even talking to her. These motherfuckers be listening. This bitch just said, I'm not sure if I understand, because I didn't say nothing to you. Some motherfucking AirPods. But look though, we got no time left, basically. That shit don't exist. You feel what I'm saying? We got a lot of motherfuckers that's coming out with a lot of information. It may be misinformation. It may sound like misinformation. It may be true. But this is the thing. Whatever you're doing, on an individual level. You take the information that you can process that resonates with you. You get what I'm saying? That you can use for your specific path, and you take that. You don't, hey, this is interesting, and you get all off into that. You don't do that shit. That's what they want you to do. Not necessarily the motherfuckers that's trying to get the information out. You get what I'm saying? They doing what they supposed to be doing as far as sharing information, because this is what we're doing. Everything's supposed to be brought to light. Everything that was dark was supposed to be brought to light. You are supposed to determine what's real and what's fake for you, not for the whole masses, for you. You get what I'm saying? But you can't do that if you don't know who you is, because you got this motherfucker telling you who you is. You got that motherfucker telling you. You got that motherfucker telling you who you is. Look in the mirror and you tell yourself who you are. If you could do a ritual, do a spell, and you say, fuck it, I'm a magician. Well, nigga, that's what it is, because you say it. But don't let a motherfucker come on a video and be like, nigga, this is who you are, and ooh, this is who you are. Nigga, do you know, right, that when you make a video like, this is who you are, and this is who you are, and they said that, you know, every 100 years and this, that, they change your identity and all this, that, and third, and we the original, woo. You saying the same shit, though. You saying they changing our identity and this, that, and the third, and yada, 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 whoa. And then you flip the whole script and say, hey, but you're this. That's not a real teacher. A real teacher gradually brings you into it. Give you the breakdown, give you this, and let you decide. Let you decide on who you are in this context. You feel what I'm saying? Yo, a motherfucker don't make a decision for you. And then you don't just roll with it. No, that's not what we doing here. That's not what we doing here. We not doing none of that. Because a nigga could be a real fast talking slick motherfucker. Next thing you know, he say some whole other shit. And then he got you. Not to say that's what everybody on, but you never know what a person on. So you really can't trust everybody. You really can't trust what everybody say. You can't trust nothing. That's why you read. You go on the internet, you see something that's interesting or whatever. Okay, you do more you do more research on it. You get a book or something. You study. Compare and contrast. You feel what I'm saying? You don't just study one motherfucking scholar. You study multiple scholars. You study opposing parties, opposing ideas. You feel what I'm saying? And compare them. That's what we doing here. We comparing the light and the dark, and that's supposed to be the ultimate opposite. So why not go and study this scholar, study that scholar, compare and contrast when they have opposing ideas? Because it's all the same knowledge. Society has taught you to choose a side. When you see a boxer, one got white boxers and one got black boxers. You don't know the name, but I automatically want the black boxers to win. I don't even fucking know them, and I'm rooting for them. That's just how your brain has been programmed to work. We don't need to be in that, because we in the cusp. In the cusp, we judging. You're supposed to be judging yourself. So when you watching boxing, and I want him to win, why do you want him to win? What do you get out of that? This type of shit you gotta ask yourself. You gotta be self-aware. You gotta be aware of the shit you're thinking, where the shit you're saying, where what you feeling, how you feeling, when, where, how, what time. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be on it. That's being present. You have to become self-aware, and when it becomes natural, you don't have to do all the techniques and all that shit. You just present in the moment. all the time, 24/7. That's how it gotta be. Because it's a lot of bullshit. A lot of bullshit going on. A lot of ads. I'm gonna say that. This video is an ad. It's an advertisement. Advertisement for spirituality. Any video you see, regardless whether it's entertainment or anything, a commercial or actual ad, all of this shit is ads. I'm advertising what I know. You feel what I'm saying? Anybody else, they advertising what they know. A comedian is advertising his fucking, what do you call that? His talent. What he knows. So don't let that motherfucker distract you or get you confused. You feel what I'm saying? You take the knowledge and you do with the knowledge what you want to do with it. These motherfuckers, they be trying to build cults. You feel what I'm saying? If I'm gonna build a cult, I'm gonna tell you. I'm not finna, hey, yeah, and then turn around and be like, you know, this what's going on. Fuck all that. You give a motherfucker a decision. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers be asking for handouts. They get on the computer, the phone, whatever the fuck. They talking, smart as hell, whatever. Next thing you know, they rich as fuck. You the same preacher that you were just talking against. That got the big ass congregation. You got a big ass congregation. This is not that type of party. If we go beat up like that, we go do it underground. You know what I'm saying? You might get a video or something, but it ain't gonna never be no video where I know where he at. That's where they be at. Put a target on your back. We not the masses, so we don't move like the masses. Who is we? We are the conscious. We are the chosen few. They chose to step away from the masses. You feel what I'm saying? Step away, focus on ourselves. Self-healing, self-love, self-awareness. It's really not that hard to understand. I'm gonna end it real soon. I just want y'all to remember that this year is literally, I want to say, a test. This whole thing is a test, an assignment. But this is like pre-finals. You feel what I'm saying? A whole year of self-awareness, being present in the moment. When I mean by being present in the moment, I want to elaborate on that. You choose your own reality. So if your reality is, fuck, I'm dying of COVID, be present in that moment. If you can't comprehend that it's not that, what they saying, then oh well. And it's not just that, it's anything. So if it was something more divine, something more beautiful, you feel what I'm saying, like something more magical, then you be present in that moment. Everything in your reality should be magical, divine, if that's what you wanted. You feel what I'm saying? The thing is, once it manifests, you become present. You become aware of what you're feeling. I know this feeling. I understand what that is. So when you have any other interaction with another individual, you know how to conduct yourself, regardless if they know how to conduct themselves. Because it don't matter what the next person do. You feel what I'm saying? You will talk to a person, they will offend you, you will lash out, they'll lash out, and it's chaotic. But you talk to a person, they offend you, you humble themselves, release your pride. You feel what I'm saying? It'll fuck their mind up. Because the world is chaotic and everybody is looking for that. And that was supposed to die in the Kali Yuga. You feel what I'm saying? So you match that shit with something more divine and you get the fuck on. Cause all this other extra shit is irrelevant. Just like if you post a picture and somebody mad faces and laughs at it or any fucking thing, and you worried about what this motherfucker is talking about. Become self-aware. Why do you feel like this? What are you feeling in that moment? When you start to really see what's going on in your actions in every moment, you start to realize how fucked up you are. Damn, I feel like this, but why? So the why is the whole situation. And then when you analyze that, you be like, damn, that's stupid. Because when you take yourself out of that and you put somebody else in that position and look at it like that, like, damn, that motherfucker dumb. That motherfucker is you. If you work on doing less of that and more what you actually want to do, because you don't really want to do that unless you really want to sit there and feel like however you feeling. And it's not a good feeling. It's not a high vibrating feeling. It's a low vibrating frequency. And that's how they want to keep us. You feel what I'm saying? You got to rise above that. Peace.